subscribe. Hey noble ones, welcome back to my channel. This is the Metatron speaking, and I've got a few things to say. Okay, so Asmongold has made some statements, and due to the fact that there is a connection to history when it comes to the veracity or not of these statements, I thought I could join in and kind of provide my own position on the matter. Let's go.
And so that's it. America is not white people's land. That's Europe. Well, it is. It is. It absolutely is white people's land. We fought a war over it. Duh. It got conquered. What? Absolutely it is. It's been our land for hundreds of years. Of course. Obviously. It got conquered, yes. And so that's it. America is not white people's land. That's Europe. Well, it is.
Okay, so that's the state. There's a series of statements, in fact. There's mention of wars, there's mention of conquering, and generally speaking, we're talking about white people and America. This, of course, has pissed off a lot of people on the left, and I imagine white nationalists absolutely loved it. But what about the truth? What about the truth? What did he say? Is it correct? Is it incorrect? And when it comes to that, I'm just going to say it's partially correct, but I think we kind of... If you're pedantic like me, we might need to rephrase it a little bit. But generally speaking, he's not wrong. Also, this is an awesome meme. I love it. It's absolutely white people's land. It got conquered. It's been our land for hundreds of years. Conan. Conan. All right, then. So, does it make sense what he said? Look, as I always say, I really like Asmongold. I do. But let's clarify this one. So historically speaking, as I was saying, Asmongold is technically correct in the sense that from its inception all the way to the 1960s, America was indeed 90% white, according to population data records. And even now, after waves of millions of immigrants, white people are still the majority, with a 63.47% of the population being white as of the most recent census. Now, to be precise, furthermore, if you look at this state by state, you'll see that this 63% in fact needs to be qualified. Because, for instance, I have some data here in front of me. States like Maine is 90.80% white, West Virginia is 89.80% white, and Vermont is 89.80% white. Therefore, these states are overwhelmingly white. But the total percentage that we normally see, the one that is about 63%, of course, includes states such as California and Texas, which already are a lot more diverse, and, interestingly enough, of course, Hawaii. I mean, Hawaii, which for obvious reason is going to skew that percentage up to a certain extent. Now, is this 63% correct? Well, there might need a little bit of marginal adjustment, because then again, it kind of depends on your own personal definition of white. Because, for instance, for some people, Italians are not white, and, I mean, if we look at Benjamin Franklin's definition, then yeah, Italians wouldn't be white, neither would Irish. And in fact, it would even have to do with whether or not you were a Catholic and a Protestant. It's complicated. But today, generally speaking, Italians have become white from the American perspective. We've always been white in Europe, as in general, the most used definition of white by European standards, with some Nordicist exceptions. But generally speaking, a white man is a European who has light skin. And that's it. Europeans with light skin, you're white. In fact, I usually... This is color corrected. Let me remove that. I mean... Anyways, so are you adding some of the white Hispanics? Because some Hispanics are indeed white, look white. Or would you remove that? If you remove that, probably go down to... Probably go down to 60%. But it's as low as 60% even if you start being picky about who is white and who is not. Now, personally, I think a more correct statement would be that America is the land of Americans. So if you are an American and you are from here, then America is your land. Now, given we have just demonstrated that percentage-wise the highest majority is white, and most importantly, the inception and beginning of American culture, national expansion, construction, governance, military, economic enterprises, all of this is a continuation of white European culture that has been relocated in America. I would say it's absolutely right to say that America is, at least at its core, a white European continuum. And to that I would extend that if you come here from, let me just give that as an example, a Muslim background, but you're one of those that enters the land illegally, doesn't care about the laws and regulations and border control, hates everything about the West, does not want to learn the language, hates the religious, hates Christianity, but also hates the freedom that Americans enjoy to decide to deny religion and live according to secularism. If you are here because you want to enforce your culture through violence and lawlessness, then no, America does not belong to you and never will. However, when you say it's white people's land, it can be a little imprecise, because you can be white and be English, while you could be a black American who has been here with a family since the freaking 1600s, 1609 in fact. In that scenario, we can logically see that ethnic makeup alone is not sufficient to decide who the land belongs to, because, yeah, the English guy is white, but America's not his land. But the black family, they're not white, but they've been here since the 1600s, they're Americans. Yeah, it is their land too. Therefore, I reiterate, I think it's absolutely factual that America, as a culture, as a society, and as a nation, has a strong white European core, together with a component of minorities. But what about Native Americans? Well, the land per se, the soil, used to be theirs only. Hence, one of the wars that I think Asmongold was discussing. So I don't think there is anything wrong in saying that the land is theirs too, but America as a nation with all its cities and skyscrapers, the economy, military, politics, is absolutely connected to white European culture, religion, and history. And if you deny that just because you want to be nice towards Native Americans, then you deny history. And returning to my example with the English guy, it is true that relocated Europeans then become the first Americans, have fought a war against the natives, the American Indians, for territorial control and expansion, but they also fought a war against the English crown for independence. Personally, that's why I personally would phrase it this way. I would say that America is the land of Americans, and if you're born in America and embrace its culture, key component, key element, it's your land too, regardless of skin color. But it's undeniable that culturally America stems from a white European historic core. And that's really all I have to say about this. But as always, Asmongold is based. If you agree, disagree, let me know. Get mad, subscribe, unsubscribe. You do your thing. Freedom at this point. Freedom. If you appreciate my content so far and wish to help ensure my ability to continue to tell it how it is, regardless of any possible backlash, please support this channel on Patreon. Any support helps me and my team of academics keep the channel strong and gives us the means to fight back against the political rewriting of history. Stand with us, form the wall, defend the truth.